In her quest to topple the Sandman Empire, Melissa McCarthy plays a superhero on Film Threat Reviews. I'm Alan Ning, I was Zorianna Kit, and today we review Thunder Force on Netflix. In a world where supervillains are commonplace, two estranged childhood best friends reunite to devise a treatment that will give them powers to protect their city. Written and directed by Ben Falcone, stars Melissa McCarthy, Octavia Spencer, and Jason Bateman. Should also add Bobby Cannavale. So the last time we encountered Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy was Superintelligence, and you liked it, and I didn't like it, and that was on HBO Max. Now she moves over to Netflix with Thunder Force, and what did you think of Thunder Force, especially compared to like Superintelligence?
Okay, so I feel like my review of Thunder Force is going to be similar in what I liked about it and what I didn't like about it, as Superintelligence. And basically, it's more about this partnership, this professional partnership between husband and wife, Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone. He has directed her in several films now. As a director, I don't think that he does his wife a great service in showcasing her true talents. I think she's had much better directors, and she has been nominated for Oscars for other projects, and none of them involve her husband directing.
Yeah, I took a creative writing class a while ago, and what I learned in that class was the story structure. Here's how stories are structured. There's that character arc. Something happens, they're pushed to their limit, they figure a way out, and then things. It's a structure, and so everyone in the class had to write their story according to the structure. And I feel like the movies you mentioned of Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy, that's essentially its problem. Is it stays very tight to a specific structure. Each movie tends to have the same kinds of conflicts. It's just different settings. Superintelligence and in this case, superheroes, the two different genres, two different settings, yet it's the same structure, the same essence of a story. And I think that's where I'm kind of falling, just kind of growing wary. That's kind of how I felt with Thunder Force.
I am a Melissa McCarthy fan, so you'll be hard pressed to show me something that I would say is unwatchable. But to me, the movies that she puts out with her husband are the types of it's more like they're fast food type films, very easily digestible. If you need to get up and go to the bathroom and come back, not going to miss a whole lot. To me, these are the types of movies that you watch when you're on an airplane and you need to kill some time and you're trapped in your seat. At least you will stare at someone who, does have this great spirit and great presence, even if everything else is rather forgettable.
So do you say Thunder Force falls into this category?
Yes, absolutely. It does. Thunder Force is a part of that. I'm sure she's got things that she's doing that are, back to the Oscar caliber stuff, I hope. But, maybe not all spouses should be working together. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking a lot about, what makes Melissa McCarthy comedies work over others? And to me, it's always come down to who her co-stars are, who her counterparts are. Octavia Spencer is great. I love her acting. I love the project she chooses. But in this movie, she is very much the straight person compared to Melissa McCarthy. She doesn't have an over-the-top wacky character. Being intelligent, she's a scientist. To me, that's not wacky or over the top. And so, Melissa McCarthy is playing off a great actress who is playing a very serious role, and it just doesn't quite work. And what I found, especially when I do improv comedy, is that when a scene doesn't feel like it's got enough energy or mojo, we begin commenting on everything that happens in the scene. And this is the kind of humor I got from Thunder Force was, The comedy comes in Melissa McCarthy just kind of commenting on the weird situation she's in, says something funny, amusing, and then just kind of moves on. And as funny as she can be doing that, it does kind of wear on me over time. I think her best comedies come from are those she's up against. The Boss, which Ben Falcone did, she was up against Kristen Bell, and they made quite a formidable team. Ghostbusters, she was, there's Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
And then you go all the way back to Bridesmaid. That whole movie was an ensemble cast, and she was great because of the people who were sharing the screen with her.
Yeah.
And when Melissa McCarthy has to carry an entire scene, an entire movie, her comedic talent can only take her so far. That she does need someone to kind of, counterbalance her.
I love that Melissa McCarthy can attract talent to her film. I mean, actors love her and they want to work with her, which is a great big plus. You had Bobby Cannavale, who was in Superintelligence with her, so he's back in this one. You had Jason Bateman, who was in what movie did you say?
Identity Thief.
Identity Thief, yeah. So he was in that. So he's in this movie. And I have to say, I personally feel like that the pairing of Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman is gold. I think there is something there that should be explored further. In this movie, there's some pretty ridiculous aspects. One of them being Jason Bateman as being half crab, half human. Now that in itself is just preposterous, but it's played with such utter seriousness and acceptance in this movie that I kept thinking that if we just isolated this storyline and like had it in a world where you get these man crabs around, it's normal.
Man crabs, that doesn't sound right.
You can really go with that and just create something so wacky.
Well, I mean, it helps. I mean, this is where we talk about Melissa McCarthy creating her own Adam Sandler empire. I mean, she's definitely on her way, and she is following his model perfectly. Same plot lines, same script. Use all her friends, sell it to. I mean, now she just landed on Netflix, so she's well on her way, and good for her. I mean,
I know, but I don't want to think of Melissa McCarthy in that way because I just love watching her, and I feel like my level of likes for each film is decreasing with each one that's coming out. And I don't want that. I want that to stop.
Yeah.
I want it to go back the other way.
Now, before you ask, I did not like Superintelligence at all. I did like this one, superheroes. Okay. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I like superheroes. And I think I'm at that point where, I sat through it and I had a good time and, but I did see, but I'm watching a typical Melissa McCarthy movie at this point.
Yeah. But don't you hate that is your barometer now? That's a typical Melissa McCarthy movie, whereas before the standards were a lot higher and something totally different would have been a typical Melissa McCarthy movie.
Yeah. But it's weird, but I grew up in that era where, you had formulas. People always did the formulas. And, and there's a reason you don't veer off the formula because it makes money and it's successful. And studios don't want to risk their money on taking risks, so to speak. I'm used to it. I try to judge it based on the film itself. It was there. I enjoyed it. If it was playing in the background, I'd be fine with that.
I liked Superintelligence slightly better than Thunder Force. I don't remember what my rating was on that one, and I don't remember what yours was. But my guess then is that, based on the calculations I'm doing in my head, that you probably are giving this movie a 7.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. It's just one of those movies that was good. It was good. There was nothing that made me want to turn it off, made me want to roll my eyes. I do want a moment where I'm laughing, and I don't think I got it in this one. All right, so for you, I think you're just kind of you're a big fan of Melissa McCarthy. You you like her, you like the chemistry between her and Jason Bateman, but you are starting to kind of grow wary of the formula. So my guess is you also gave it a 7.
I did also give it a 7. I love Melissa McCarthy. That's what this movie has going for it.
I don't know, she's no Stephen Root.
Exactly. Actually, they should put Stephen Root, and I'm sure those two would make for a very.
There's got to be something where you could put the two of them together, and I think that would make. I think that's money right there. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment below what you thought of Thunder Force. It's on Netflix, so you can see it. We want to know what you thought. Do you agree with us? Don't agree with us? Let us know in the comments. And with that, let's get out of here.